You're listening to She's the Business podcast. Are you ready to get off the marketing treadmill and actually start doing something that is making real results in much less time? Well, too many people in business, in online business like us, the coaches, the consultants, the advisors, are in a self-imposed prison where they're doing laps literally of the exercise yard simply because somebody else told them that they had to do it. It's time to take back control of your business, of your marketing, be doing less, but have it be far more effective. And that's because it's not about the choices that you're making in what it is that you're doing. It's the choices you're making about what you are selling and to whom. So stay tuned because I'm unpacking all of this in today's episode and it's coming right up.
Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and over the last 25 years in marketing and business, I've helped many brands to launch, scale, and grow, with some of them becoming multi-billion-dollar companies. I'm here to inspire you to get out of your own way and create a profitable, fulfilling business while living the lifestyle you really desire, without all the hustle. So I bring you She's the Business podcast, a unique blend of strategies, tactics, mindset, health, and spirituality, literally everything you need to be the successful leader of your dream business. Made by women, for women, this is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration.
Today, we're talking all about how you can grow in your business without doing more marketing. Now, the number one question business owners have, no matter what type of business you have, is how do I earn more revenue and make more profit, right? Because the profit is actually the real key here. There's no point having 7-figure revenue if your expenses are also 7 figures. That means it's a not profitable business. You know, how much longer can you continue running it when you've built something that's not sustainable? It's not actually doing the job it was created to do. So the real question is in finding that profitable area. And a lot of people are stuck in this question, you know, how do I earn more? How do I earn more? Where can I find more clients? What can I sell them? And you can tend to feel like you've got one foot on the accelerator, trying to move forward, trying to grow that business, and there's another invisible foot on the brake that is just holding you back, making you feel like you're playing small, like you're stuck here in the slow lane and you can see other people over there in the fast lane. You just can't get to them, right? So let's break it down today, because the truth is that we're probably just looking in the wrong places and asking ourselves the wrong question. An example of what the wrong question would be is thinking, which of these things that I can do and offer people is the most profitable? Now, what does that even mean? Think about that for a minute. Which is the most profitable? Well, the most profitable one for you is going to be the one that is most aligned to you. Like, do you actually love it? How long do you think you could run a business if it's something that you're not loving? The shiny feeling that you might get initially from making some sales and having some money coming in very quickly diminishes. Just like, remember back in the days when maybe you still do have a job, but I remember so many times where I would think, I just need more money and that's going to make everything feel a lot better. You go for a pay rise, you get the pay rise, and the glow lasts for about a month or two, depending on how good a pay rise it was. And then you're just back to where you were before. So if you're not loving what it is that you're doing, then we're probably in the wrong zone. It means that you're making choices based off the external, what you're seeing out there in the market, and trying to think your way through to what is the best place for my business to be, as opposed to actually really tuning in to you, into your intuition. So the question's not which is the best one, it's actually which is the right one. Which is the right fit? And that's going to be the right fit for you, not the right fit for some generic person out there or what you see happening in the market. There's so many people that are just getting swayed, and I can see this happening all the time. It's because they're not trusting in themselves. You're not trusting that you have what you need inside, that you know the thing already. And therefore you're being swayed by some random stranger making a comment on their Instagram or their Threads feed and sharing their opinion, somebody who's maybe a mentor or guide who's saying something over there, and they've got a reason why they're saying it. It's usually because they are attracting people to join them, to try to learn something from them. They might have a method that they're using that they want you to pay them to learn how to do as well. And you can spend years and years, if you like, going down all these different pathways, and we might just call them deviations, because when it comes down to it, what is the best thing for you to be doing? Well, it's the one that is most aligned to you. That is the most profitable. When you're in your highest power, when you're serving at your highest good, making the biggest impact, doing what you absolutely love to do, then that's where the money is for you. There is no other secret formula to it. I think about all the things that I could have done when I started this business, just to give you an example. And when I started, I'd come out of 20 years working in marketing, doing all of the things marketing, whether it was building websites, doing email marketing, advertising, PR, events, like literally everything across that whole spectrum, even the real digital stuff with SEO and looking at that. And I thought, well, I could offer any of those things to somebody. What do I really want to do? And if I had been swayed by email marketing, it's so important, that's where you get high conversions. Yes, I could help someone do that. But I knew in my heart when I thought about it, it's like, well, it's my head thinking that. My heart wasn't loving that idea. It didn't make me feel lit up inside. And so it took a little bit more searching before I realized what it was that really did light me up inside. And once I found that path, that was the actual strategy, helping people to connect all of those pieces. So it wasn't just zoning in on one. Everyone says niche down. And what I tend to say is, well, it's not about niching down. It's about niching up, not meaning that you conglomerate everything together, but it's about finding the place where you rise above. Where is it that you shine out? Where is that spot for you? And it might be actually combining a couple of things together that then create something that's more unique. And for me, it was in that ability to see how these different pieces connect in your business, but to make them more simple, more streamlined. So something that is often happening for clients who come into my business and are saying, I'm really struggling with to grow my revenue. I want to grow. I've been stuck here for ages. I'm working all the time. One of the first things I do is help them see what they can remove. How can we actually streamline this down and make your business easier, leaner to run? Because while you're spending all of your time on that delivery, you've literally got no capacity left to grow. So we need to get rid of the stuff that's actually holding you back. The thing that, like I mentioned before, might feel like an invisible foot on the brake. Well, it is there. It's in your business. It's in a choice that you're making right now, and it's finding it and removing it that can actually help to start that momentum happening straight away. As soon as you've got the time to invest into the things that are actually going to grow your profit and revenue, guess what? You're going to see, yes, a growth in profit and revenue, and that can happen really quickly. So the beautiful thing is that we're leaning down, making it more streamlined, and helping you to actually create that business that's fitting your idea of a great lifestyle. What does that look like for you? Well, for me, I'm a mum. I've got 2 kids who are at primary school. I want to be there in the morning. I'm, still helping them make their lunches and get ready for school, telling them to brush their teeth 100 times. All of those things are going on. I know that you know what I mean. If you have kids of a similar age, it's like you still tell them what to do, even though they know it. But, I'm there. I drop them off at school. I pick them up after school. We're doing all of the sports. And that to me is really important. I don't want my kids to be sitting around on their devices because I'm working when they're at home. So I take them to the swimming pool. We do squads. We go to soccer. They do netball. They do gym. They do quite a few different sports each, and we keep really busy. But that means that I need my business to be flexible in that way, that it allows me that time. So there's no point creating a business that's going to mean I need to be stuck in my office in those hours, right? So it just kind of makes sense. What we're doing is applying some logic here, but I want you to be applying it with that beautiful intuition. So tapping into what you know, and maybe it's about being guided on the choices that you're making. Here are some questions for you to ponder, because these are the kinds of questions that we discover and we find through the process that I use in Business Jam. Obviously, that's a lot longer than what we've got time for on a podcast episode today, but just to give you an idea, this is what we are looking to find so that you know what you've built is actually the best design for you. Your business is built to be the most profitable for you because it's aligned to your power, your highest power. It's also streamlined. It's going to fit with your lifestyle goals and it's sustainable for you. It really is what you need in order to scale and grow. And scaling for you may not mean, hey, I need to bring on a big team or anything like that. It might actually mean putting in a few more automated systems so that you can increase the volume where you want to. That's not the same for every business. So it's so much about finding the right approach for you. And that's why these are the 3 things. Who are the right clients, right? That should be a question that you know deep down. Who are the right clients for me, for my business, that are going to suit the thing that I am out here to do, that I'm serving? And yes, often I've found people are trying to sell a service offering to the wrong audience, to people who are not the right fit for it, right? So the right clients, I know it sounds so simple, but guys, this is not rocket science. Building a business isn't crazy. And it doesn't mean we need to be thinking, well, it just means I need to be over on another platform. Maybe I need to start a YouTube channel or a TikTok. You can do any of those things, but if you don't have the right clients in mind, it doesn't matter what you choose to do because it won't work. It's not going to bring you clients just because you're on a platform. You need to know who you're speaking to so that you're speaking to them about the stuff that's relevant, that matters, that's interesting, that maybe shifts their perspective. So who are the right clients? The right clients for you are very particular to your exact business. Then what is the right offering? Now, these 2 things are in a bit of a tango together, right? Because you need to know a bit about what you're offering to know who the right clients are for it. You need to know who the right clients are to also create the offer that's right for them. So there is a bit of a dance that we do between these 2 to refine it in, to actually get a really good fit of the 2 together. The right offer has more to do with not just what's going to serve your ideal clients, but also it's got to fit, as I mentioned before, your goals. How do you want your business to look? How do you want it to run so that it is really fun, fulfilling, exciting, sustainable for you? It's something that you can see yourself doing, years into the future. I'm not saying that you're going to be stuck doing the same thing for years in the future. Some people say, I don't want that. I like variety. Great. You can have variety, but you need to create something that's not going to mean you're working long hours, late nights, weekends, forevermore, right? Because how long can you literally keep that up? How long can your body, your brain sustain that sort of energy? And a lot of people are thinking, well, I just need to get to a certain level and then I can have the freedom. Then I can scale back. Then I can bring on the team. But the truth is, if you haven't built that profitability, that flexibility and sustainability in at the beginning, at the ground level, or wherever you're at right now, maybe you're in reaching your first 6 figures, maybe you're already past 6 figures and you're looking to grow to, $500,000, maybe even towards that $1 million mark. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, that's where you need to be. But that is where you're looking at the sustainability. If it's not sustainable now, growing more isn't going to suddenly make it sustainable, right? We need to have that sustainability, profitability built in now so that you can grow it. If it doesn't exist, then it's not there to grow. So growing your business is just going to create more of whatever it is that you've got right now. So that's the thing. So the right clients, the right offer for them, and what is the right marketing system? Yeah, okay, so we already talked a little bit about how there are lots of different things you can choose to do. They all work, guys, they all work. There is no right or wrong. There's no, hey, Instagram's working now or everybody's over on this other platform, jump over there. If you're going to follow the trends and hop from one thing to another and move your marketing around every time there's something new comes up, then you're going to find it exhausting. It's not about the platform. It's actually about what's the right system for you. And you should be able to pick and choose whatever you desire to be using and have that plug in and for it to work. Because it's not the choice in the platform that actually makes it work. It's like, what is it that you're doing on it? Who are you talking to? What are you talking to them about? There's so many people that say, well, I've got an audience, but no one's buying. Like, people are liking my stuff. They're engaging with my content, but then no one's buying. I'm like, great. So you've got an audience full of fans, but you're talking to the wrong people. They're not your buyers, because they're not taking a step forward. Now you might think, but that's just because they're not putting a call to action in their content, or they're not. Yeah, and there might be some little things that you can look at in the content, but by and large, if you've been doing that for a while, you've got an audience, nobody's coming through to your business, then you're creating an audience of fans, not buyers. And there is a big difference there. So it just means actually there's some refinement to happen in who you think that audience should be versus who they are right now. Where do you see your biggest challenge? Is it in the audience? Is it in, attracting the right clients? Is it in the offer? A lot of people think, well, the offer part's done. That's just what I do. And now I have to find people for it. Well, that's often thinking about it a little bit backwards. I like to start with the person and then say, what is the right offer for them? I know what I do, but I'm going to create the offering to suit my ideal client so that you can see it's going to then be an obvious fit for them, a no-brainer. When we say you want a no-brainer offer, well, you can't have a no-brainer offer if you started with the offer and then you're looking to find clients for it. And that's what 99% of businesses are doing. That's actually what a lot of the time we used to be doing when I worked back in the corporate days. We'd be looking at, well, this is what we have as our offering, and then we'd be looking for who are our target market. And it's like, well, that's why it's hard, because you started with a product and now you're trying to find buyers for it. Start with the person first and create the right offer for them. It is just a different way of weaving. You're going to end up with a totally different looking tapestry, which is great. But importantly, it's going to be one that actually works. So those are the keys. And I know that it sounds simple, sounds like something you might already know. Well, yes, of course I need the right clients, the right offer, the right marketing system. But how many of you actually have that right now? If you do, because if you have them, it's working really well, and you've got the right people coming in. Congratulations, if that is you. If it's not working right now, then one of these, at least one, is out of alignment. You haven't gone deep enough on it. You haven't found the right client. You maybe don't have the right offer for them. And you may be using a marketing system that's not connected, that actually isn't bringing people into your offer. It might just be bringing people to your audience. So there you have a whole lot to digest, to think about, some questions to ask, maybe some journaling to do to really see what's coming up for you when you talk about. When I ask those questions, what is it that's coming up for you in your mind? What are you present to? Where do you know in your gut when I say which of these is the most important one for you to focus on right now? Once you know that, it is really about then looking at how these pieces are connecting, because while you've got them separate, then it's not functioning together as a business where the right people are coming in and buying the right offer using that marketing system. You can't really have one without the other. They all work together in a beautiful symphony. Imagine an orchestra trying to play without some of their key instruments. It's not going to sound the same. There is not going to be that symphony there. Or if they're out of tune, out of time, there is no harmony. We need to bring these elements together and have them be in harmony for your business to feel easy, to feel light, and for it to be working. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you've enjoyed this episode, then I'd really love if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, whatever your favorite platform is. Hit that subscribe button, leave me a 5 stars and maybe a couple of words just to say what it was that you love most about it. And I will look forward to chatting with you again next week when we have our next amazing episode with a guest coming up to share their expertise with you. That's what I love so much about having this platform. Gosh, we're in now our 4th year of running She's a Business podcast. There's been so many amazing guests that have come on here to share their knowledge, their expertise, their stories with you. And it is exciting for me to have such a great quality of people that I'm bringing to you. So I hope you've been enjoying them as much as I do, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye. How about this? You and me, 20 minutes, and you've got the inside scoop on the 5 things that you need to have in your business so that you're easily attracting high-paying, committed clients without doing time-intensive cold outreach or crazy social media schedules or any of this other fluff that can literally keep you busy on the marketing treadmill forever. Well, none of that's really necessary when you've got your strategy dialed in and you've got the right offer for the right clients. Let me show you what it is that you need to have in your business. I've recorded a quick video for you. Head over to jessicaosborne.com/5keys video to get access and watch it now. 20 minutes and you're done. How good is that? Chat soon. Bye.